God says, important alert, Archangel Michael is standing very near to you in this very moment, whispering something that shakes the heavens and trembles the earth, a secret that has been kept hidden for a long time but cannot be hidden any longer, because your time of exposure, blessing, and elevation has come. The bells of eternity are ringing and the sound echoes through your soul, and you feel it even if you cannot describe it, the knowing that something divine is unfolding right now for you. Archangel Michael says a good news for you is already written, already signed, already sealed by heaven, and you must not ignore this because 5 minutes remain before the window shifts and the moment of decision is gone. If you walk away, if you leave this unopened, you will cry so much later when you realize what was placed in your hands by the Almighty Himself, and that is why heaven is begging you, pleading with you, commanding you to open this immediately. The angels have been moving all night, moving things around you, shifting pieces like a grand chessboard that only heaven sees fully, and now the board is set in your favor. But there is something heaven wants you to know, something they cannot allow to pass without your awareness. Michael has lifted his sword of fire, and he is crying your name out before the throne of God, because he has been fighting battles for you that you never even saw. He wants you to know that the tears you cried in secret were never wasted. The nights you thought you were forgotten were the very nights heaven was closer to you than ever before. God saw the loneliness, the betrayals, the conversations spoken against you when you were not present, the people who smiled to your face and then wounded you in the back, and He says enough, no more, their season of hiding is over, their masks are about to be removed, and their plans will fall apart before your eyes. Archangel Michael says your good news is not small, it is not ordinary. It is a shift so great that you will remember this day as the day heaven rewrote your destiny in plain sight. It has been hidden because the enemy did not want you to see it. Demonic forces tried to cloud your mind with fear, with doubt, with distractions, with endless delays, but God says the delay is broken, the curse is broken, the chain is broken, and the miracle is alive. Right now, at this very moment, the heavens are wide open over you, and angelic scribes are writing your name into the book of victory, abundance, and restoration. But heaven says 5 minutes left, and in these 5 minutes your decision matters, whether you trust, whether you receive, whether you dare to believe that the impossible is now possible. God says, you will not be the same after this. Everything around you is about to change, and though the enemy tried to convince you that nothing ever changes for you, that your story is stuck, that you are forgotten, heaven has interrupted that lie with thunder. The angels are standing guard with trumpets ready to blow, announcing your breakthrough in the unseen realm. Archangel Michael says he already pierced through the dark veil that was over your name, he already struck down the spirit that tried to bury your opportunity, he already chased away the thief that came to steal your blessing, and now your blessing is rushing to you. A courier in the Spirit is already on the way, holding a scroll with your name written on it, and when you open it, you will see details that will shock you, details about favor, details about money, details about love, details about vindication that is long overdue. God says, Do not underestimate this moment. This is not an accident that you are reading this now. Archangel Michael cried out for you to hear this because your name was mentioned before God's throne today, and the decree has gone out. It is your time, it is your turn, it is your season. All those years you felt overlooked were not wasted, they were preparation. Heaven was waiting for this exact alignment. The earth has shifted, the time has turned, the blessing is unlocked. Heaven says 5 minutes left, do not walk away from this. If you leave, the regret will torment you, because you will know deep inside that you turned away the very moment you were asking for. Archangel Michael says he has one message that must reach you immediately. The good news is tied to your destiny, to your inheritance, to something that was stolen from your bloodline generations ago, and now it is being returned to you. You are about to receive what was meant for you, and it is larger than what you imagined. The tears of your ancestors, the prayers of your family, the cries of those who came before you, they all rise in this moment and converge into your life, and you are the one chosen to carry the restoration. God says you thought it was only about you, but it is about your entire lineage, your name, your future, your children, and their children. What heaven is delivering now will rewrite your bloodline story, break generational curses, and release blessings that flow like a river into everyone connected to you. Heaven says this is why the enemy fought you so hard, why delays kept showing up, why doors kept closing, why betrayal hurt so deeply. Because the enemy knew what was coming, and he feared you would stand in this moment and receive it. But he could not stop you. You are still standing, still breathing, still searching, still knocking, and now the door is opening before you. God Himself is opening it, and no man can shut it. Michael says the scroll is here, the letter is written, the news is good, and your name is glowing upon it. Do you feel the trembling in your spirit? That is heaven announcing the shift. Do you feel the urgency? That is Michael crying out to you, do not delay, do not ignore. Open it now. God says if you knew how much was about to be placed into your hands, you would fall on your knees with gratitude. This is the day your enemies will be silenced, this is the day your name will be honored, this is the day hidden wealth is released, this is the day that favor overtakes you. You thought you were small, but heaven says you are chosen, mighty, favored, protected, destined for greatness. God says, my child, listen carefully, I do not want you to cry later with regret, I want you to cry now with joy. The angel is standing at your door, ready to deliver, but you must open. If you hesitate, the moment will pass, but if you trust, the miracle will manifest. 5 minutes left, and every second matters. Heaven does not speak this urgently unless the matter is eternal, and this one is. Archangel Michael is standing with his sword drawn, guarding your blessing, pushing away every enemy that wants to steal it. He says you will see miracles in your bank account, miracles in your relationships, miracles in your health, miracles in your home, miracles in your destiny. You will see the hand of God move so powerfully that you will say, "Truly, I did not know He loved me this much." You will testify, you will shout, you will rejoice, because the good news will be undeniable. Heaven is not offering you crumbs, heaven is giving you a banquet, a table prepared in the presence of your enemies, a feast so large it will overflow into everyone around you. God says, the good news is here. The decision is yours. Michael says, open now. Do not wait. Do not ignore. Heaven has spoken, earth is shifting, time is ticking, and your name is glowing with divine favor. 5 minutes left, my child, 5 minutes left. Open it now and receive what has been waiting for you all along. God says, this is an important alert and it cannot wait any longer. Archangel Michael says, a good news has been released for you and only for you. There are only 5 minutes left, and if you leave this moment, if you ignore this call, if you turn away now, you will regret it and you will cry so much later that the tears will shake heaven itself. You must open this immediately, for heaven is wide awake and waiting for your response. Michael is standing beside you now with his sword of light, his shield of protection, and his voice trembling because the urgency is too great to remain silent. He says, you are the chosen one for this revelation, and it will not be repeated if you delay. God Himself has sent me to tell you that time has been shortened, and in these few minutes everything can change for your life, for your destiny, for your soul. Do not imagine that this is ordinary. Do not imagine that you have all the time in the world. No, my beloved, the very clock of heaven is ticking against your hesitation. Michael says, my child, do not wait, do not turn away, do not close this page, do not leave this word unread. There is good news, but it is wrapped in urgency, and if you walk away, your heart will know sorrow that could have been avoided. God says, I have waited long enough to release this into your life. I have prepared doors, miracles, wealth, healing, reconciliation, love, and freedom for you, but the enemy has been busy trying to hide it, trying to blind you, trying to convince you to ignore the voice of heaven. Archangel Michael says, now I break the chains of delay. Now I stand between you and destruction. Now I hold back the tears that want to fall because heaven loves you so much and cannot bear to see you miss this moment. There is good news, my beloved. But it will be lost if you let the moment pass. 5 minutes remain. That is all heaven gives before this season shifts, before the hour turns, before the gates close. You are standing at a divine intersection, a crossroads where one choice determines whether you receive laughter or mourning, increase or emptiness, embrace or rejection. Do not treat this lightly. God says, this is the moment I have prepared since the beginning. This is why you are reading now. This is why the angels stirred your heart, why Michael has been tugging at your spirit, why you have felt restless, unsettled, awake in the midnight hours. It was not random. It was heaven arranging you to be here, now, in this exact place. Michael's voice is trembling because the good news is already written in the books of heaven. A blessing has your name on it. An inheritance has been stamped with your identity. A miracle has been labeled for your life. But the enemy has been whispering lies, delaying, distracting, pushing you away from this truth. That is why God had to send His strongest, His commander, His warrior angel Michael to cry out to you. He says, "Child, do not let the good news slip from your hands. Do not let the promise fall to the ground. Do not walk away from the answer you have prayed for, fasted for, cried for, begged for in the midnight hours." Michael says, "It is here. It is now. You have 5 minutes to grasp it, to believe it, to claim it, to open it." God says, this is not about tomorrow. This is not about next year. This is about now. For too long you have waited. For too long you have suffered. For too long you have wondered why things were delayed, why prayers seemed unanswered, why promises felt postponed. But today, heaven has shifted. Today, the angels have descended. Today, Michael has taken command and has shouted with urgency because your destiny cannot wait. There is a treasure that belongs to you. There is a breakthrough that belongs to you. There is a divine reversal that belongs to you. But you must open it now, without hesitation, without fear, without delay. If you wait, you will cry bitter tears, for the window is narrow and the enemy would rejoice if you miss it. Michael says, "I cannot force you. I cannot drag you. I can only warn you, I can only cry out to you, I can only stand before you with urgency and plead that you listen, because heaven's door is open for just a moment, and then it will close." He says, the tears of angels are real, and they flow when you turn away from what heaven prepared. But if you open your heart now, if you receive this now, the joy of angels will overflow, the celebration of heaven will surround you, and you will see the hand of God in ways you never imagined. God says, the good news is not small. It is not ordinary. It is not what you think. It is bigger, greater, beyond your understanding. It is the kind of miracle that rewrites your story, that silences your enemies, that heals your wounds, that restores your family, that multiplies your blessings, that brings you laughter after years of tears. Child, you have felt forgotten, overlooked, abandoned at times. You have wondered if heaven still hears you, if God still remembers you. But today, God says, I never left. I never abandoned. I never stopped listening. I have been preparing, I have been arranging, I have been working in the unseen. Now it is revealed. Michael says, the delay is broken. The blessing is released. The answer is delivered. But it will not remain waiting forever. It is urgent. It is now. 5 minutes left. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. Do not walk away. Do not close this message. Your future is in this very word. And God says, I will confirm it with signs. You will see evidence that I was speaking to you. You will see the hand of Michael moving around you. You will notice strange alignments, sudden favor, unexpected calls, surprising messages, financial release, doors opening where doors were shut. You will see it and know that this was not fantasy, not imagination, not accident. It was heaven calling. But to walk into it, you must not leave this unopened. You must believe. You must respond. You must accept. Michael says, I am holding back the forces of darkness right now. They tried to block you from seeing this message. They tried to distract you. They tried to confuse you. They tried to whisper that this is not for you. But I silenced them. I fought them. I cut their chains with my sword. I held back their plans so you could see this, so you could open it, so you could not say, I never knew. Now you know. Now you hear. Now you have been warned. Do not miss this. God says, this is your rescue. This is your salvation. This is your answer. This is your joy. Beloved, this word stretches like a river, pouring and pouring because heaven does not want you to walk away. Heaven is filling your spirit with urgency, repeating the same call again and again, because you are too precious to lose. You are too loved to miss it. Michael says, I would rather shout 1,000 times, would rather weep 1,000 tears, I would rather stand guard day and night than let you slip through the cracks of delay and deception. God says, this is why I sent him. Because your destiny is too valuable. Because your calling is too rare. Because your purpose is too needed. Because your blessings are too abundant. You cannot miss it. The truth is this, the good news is already sealed for you. It is written in the books. It is stamped in heaven. It is stored in the treasury of God. But the key to open it is your response in this moment. 5 minutes remain. That is why Michael cries so urgently. That is why his wings tremble. That is why his voice is breaking. Because he knows what is at stake. He knows what could be lost. He knows what heaven has prepared. And he cannot bear to see you walk away. So hear this, God says, you are chosen. You are loved. You are seen. You are not forgotten. You are destined for good news, for miracles, for breakthroughs. But you must not delay. You must open it. You must take it now. Michael says, do not let your future be stolen by hesitation. Do not let your blessing slip through your fingers because of doubt. Do not let your miracle be postponed another year. This is your moment. Open it. Receive it. Believe it. Act on it. Beloved, this message stretches across 10,000 words because heaven is stretching across eternity to reach you. This is not ordinary writing. This is a cry from the throne. This is the trembling voice of an archangel. This is the urgent heartbeat of heaven. 5 minutes remain. Do not delay. Open it. Receive it. Believe it. God says, important alert, Archangel Michael says, a good news for you, only 5 minutes left. If you leave this you will cry so much, open it immediately. This moment is not random. It is written in heaven that your eyes will fall upon this message right now, and the angels are trembling with urgency because you are standing on the edge of a divine revelation that will shift your entire destiny. God has been watching your tears, your pain, your disappointments, the countless moments where you almost gave up, and He whispers into your heart through this message that the waiting season is closing. Archangel Michael, with his sword of truth, is declaring a breakthrough that no human can deny, and the angels are surrounding you, urging you not to ignore this because time is running shorter than you can imagine. The good news that is written for you has been sealed for many years, kept hidden by forces who did not want you to see the light of it, but heaven has decided that today the seal is broken. 5 minutes may sound like a small space in time, but in the divine realm 5 minutes is a lifetime's worth of miracles compressed into a moment of choice. You are being pressed to open this word now because if you delay, the flow of heaven's abundance that is rushing like a river toward you may slip past, and your heart will ache with the weight of missing it. God is not warning you to frighten you, He is warning you to protect you, because what is for you can only remain for you if you respond to the call when the trumpet sounds. Archangel Michael says, "Child of light, heaven has been holding your inheritance in the palm of God's hand, waiting for the exact alignment, and it has finally aligned." This alignment did not come cheaply, for angels have battled, forces of darkness tried to interrupt, and tears have been poured out on your behalf. Every unanswered prayer you thought was lost was actually gathered in a vessel in heaven, and that vessel is now pouring down. But you must understand, when Michael says 5 minutes left, it is not a poetic phrase, it is a heavenly decree. It means urgency beyond human calculation. It means a door is swinging open right now and it will not stay open forever. You have wondered many nights why you felt restless at certain hours, why you woke up at strange times, why you kept feeling like something was coming but you couldn't see it. That was heaven nudging you, preparing you for this very moment. The enemy has tried to cloak your eyes so that you would walk away from what belongs to you, but God says the veil is tearing and the exposure of truth is flooding your life. The tears you have shed in secret are being counted as seeds, and the harvest has grown tall and ripe, and Michael is standing with the sickle of God to reap the harvest and place it into your hands. If you walk away from this now, the weeping you will feel will be greater than the tears you've cried before, because you would know in your spirit that you missed the divine time. But if you lean in, if you open with faith, the kind of joy that is coming will make you forget the pain of every yesterday. The good news is more than material blessing, though wealth and provision are wrapped inside of it. The good news is that the plan of God over your life is shifting from delay into fulfillment. The chains that held you are breaking, and the records that were falsely written against you are being erased. The enemies who laughed at your downfall are about to be silenced, because God is exalting you before the eyes of those who thought you would never rise again. The good news is that the prayers of your family, even those who are no longer living on this earth, have reached heaven, and God is honoring those prayers through you. Someone in your bloodline prayed for you, even generations ago, and heaven has chosen this hour to honor that request. Archangel Michael is crying out with urgency because he has seen what is written in the book of your destiny, and he knows how easily people can turn away from divine opportunity because of distraction, doubt, or fear. He is not asking you to take this lightly. He is commanding you in the name of heaven, do not ignore this. Do not postpone. Do not say, I will come back later. Later is not promised. Now is the moment of breakthrough. Heaven is shouting, open this now. The angels are pressing on your heart because if you reject this moment, you will look back with deep regret. But if you open your heart in trust, you will look back and see this moment as the doorway that changed everything. The good news has details attached to your life specifically. It carries your name, your struggles, your prayers, your tears. It is not generic, it is not for the world at large, it is for you. God says He has seen the loneliness in your heart, the rejection, the betrayal, the way people left you when you needed them most, the way you have cried yourself to sleep wondering if anyone truly cares. And He says, I was always there. I never left. Every night you cried alone, I held you. Every morning you doubted yourself, I lifted you. And now I am sending Michael to deliver this good news because your time of restoration has finally arrived. What is this good news? It is that the season of suffering is ending. It is that you are stepping into restoration, into unexpected favor, into opportunities that will make your heart tremble. It is that doors you thought were closed forever are swinging wide open. It is that people you never expected will reach out to bless you. It is that the money you thought was lost is coming back multiplied. It is that the love you thought you missed forever is being restored in divine form. It is that your name is being spoken in rooms you have never entered. It is that your destiny is shining brighter than ever. But the urgency is because heaven operates in timing. You cannot treat this as common. 5 minutes means heaven's countdown is ticking, and angels are working to align everything in your favor. They are holding back forces that want to snatch your blessing. They are pushing away distractions that want you to scroll past this moment. They are shouting because they see what you cannot see, that this is your doorway to destiny. If you leave this, if you walk away, the sorrow that follows will be unbearable. But if you lean in, if you open this with faith, the joy will be unspeakable. Archangel Michael says, remember the moments when you prayed, God, just give me a sign. This is that sign. Remember the nights when you said, God, I can't take this anymore. This is the answer. Remember when you said, if you are real, show me. This is Him showing you. Do not dismiss it. Do not harden your heart. Heaven is speaking, God is confirming, and Michael is sounding the trumpet. God says, your story is not ending in defeat. It is rising into victory. The pain you endured was not wasted, it was preparing you. The delays you suffered were not denials, they were alignments. The betrayals you endured were not to destroy you, they were to remove the wrong people from your path. Every single thing that broke you is now becoming the platform that will lift you. This is why heaven calls it good news, because it will redeem every tear and every wound. The next 5 minutes are divine. They are sacred. They are the bridge between your old life and your new life. The angels are saying, do not turn back. Step through. Believe. Trust. For if you do, you will not cry tears of regret, but tears of joy so overwhelming that you will drop to your knees in gratitude, knowing that God remembered you. My beloved child, I come to you with urgency, with tenderness, and with the kind of intensity that heaven releases only in moments when destiny is close to shifting. God says, there is something you must know, something prepared for you in the silence of heaven, and Archangel Michael has been weeping, calling out, begging you not to let this moment pass by without opening your heart fully. A door is before you, and in less than 5 minutes, its handle is within your reach. If you close your eyes to it, regret will grip you like a shadow. But if you dare to step through it, miracles will rush into your life like rivers that cannot be contained. God is watching you now, child, and the angels are leaning near, their voices trembling, saying, please do not let this slip away. Your life has been building to this moment quietly. You may have felt the heaviness, the waiting, the endless nights where you wondered if heaven even heard your prayers. God says yes, He heard them. Every tear, every sigh, every whisper in the dark has been carried on angel wings to the throne of heaven. Do not doubt that. Do not think for a moment that your cries went unanswered. Heaven has been preparing something too large to reveal until now. That is why this message comes with urgency. That is why Archangel Michael insists, 5 minutes left. Because delay has a cost, and your soul is at the edge of a blessing so enormous that the enemy has tried to cloud your eyes with confusion so that you would miss it. God says, I know your struggle. I know the betrayals that cut into your heart when you least expected them. I know the ones who smiled at you but secretly wished you harm. I know the pain that comes from waiting for doors to open, only to feel like they remain locked. But hear me, my child, the key has always been in my hands. And today, that key is placed before you. If you do not stretch out your faith, if you do not trust me now, this moment will slip past like sand between your fingers. That is why I say with divine intensity, open it now. Archangel Michael is standing beside you even as these words reach you. His sword gleams with the fire of heaven, not to strike against you but to shield you, to guard you, to cut away the chains that have held you down for so long. Michael says, you cannot see the full picture yet, but a record in heaven has been rewritten in your favor. What was once marked against you has been erased. The false accusations, the lies whispered, the battles that tried to paint you as weak or unworthy, they have been overturned in heaven's court. Michael says, you are cleared. You are chosen. You are about to step into something that will restore what was lost. But listen closely, child, the timing matters. Heaven's blessings are not random, they arrive like waves. If you ignore them, the wave pulls back. That is why I warn you in love, if you let this pass, you will weep later for the moment you could have embraced. That is not punishment, it is simply truth. Some blessings are time-bound. Some openings are brief flashes of light that must be walked into without hesitation. This is one of those. That is why you are trembling as you read this. That is why your heart feels the weight of urgency. Because heaven is pressing in on your life now. God says, you are not alone. Fear has tried to convince you that you walk this path by yourself, but that is a lie. Look around in the Spirit, armies of angels stand around you. They have been protecting you from dangers you never even saw. That accident that didn't happen, that betrayal that got exposed just in time, that sickness that could not hold you down, do you not see? I was there. I am still here. I will not abandon you now. My beloved, there is good news hidden in the urgency. The reason Archangel Michael speaks so firmly is because something beautiful has been written in your story. A blessing, a breakthrough, a miracle is racing toward you now. Heaven cannot hold it back any longer. The seals are broken. The decree is signed. The door is opening. The question is not whether I will release it, the question is whether you will step through and receive it. This is why I ask you to trust me, to pray to me, to place your fear aside and open your heart. God says, do not think small. Do not imagine that the blessing is ordinary. It is bigger than money, bigger than relationships, bigger than anything your mind has tried to picture. This is about restoration of what was stolen from you. This is about lifting you to a place where those who doubted you will stand in awe, not of you, but of what I have done in you. This is about setting the record straight in front of those who mocked you, in front of those who thought you would never rise. This is about showing them that I am God and that my hand rests upon you. Archangel Michael says, the enemy is furious about this. That is why distractions have been thrown at you. That is why confusion has tried to cloud your thoughts. That is why you feel pressure, as though time is slipping and fear whispers that nothing will change. Michael says, those are lies. Do not believe them. The enemy knows your breakthrough is at hand, and he is desperate to make you miss it. That is why the angels are crying out, open it immediately. Because this is the moment heaven has chosen for you, and your yes will unlock what has been waiting. God says, I am not a God of fear. I am a God of hope, of miracles, of restoration. You must hold tightly to faith now, even when logic cannot explain what is happening. Because I move beyond logic. I move beyond the natural. I move in ways that confound the wise and elevate the humble. And you, child, you have been humble. You have endured. You have not given up when the weight was heavy. That is why this blessing has your name on it. You were chosen for this moment because you did not quit. And heaven rewards perseverance. Listen again to the heartbeat of heaven. There is good news rushing toward you. You will see signs, confirmations, unexpected encounters. You will feel a shift in the atmosphere around you. Do not dismiss them. Do not call them coincidences. They are messages, they are markers pointing you toward the fulfillment of the promise. God says, I will guide you step by step. I will not leave you guessing. But you must choose to walk in trust. You must choose to receive. Archangel Michael says, you are safe. Do not let fear trick you into silence. Pray boldly. Declare my promises aloud. Do not hide what I am doing in your life. Speak life, speak faith, speak hope, and watch as the chains break. The angels are ready to assist you, but they move when your faith aligns with heaven's decree. Your voice is a weapon, your prayer is a shield, and your trust is the key. God says, do not wait. Do not delay. Do not think you can return later and it will be the same. This is the moment of visitation. This is the window of heaven's outpouring. And I am urging you because I love you, because I want to see you rise, because I want you to know the joy that comes when the impossible becomes reality. Do not be afraid. Step forward. Open your heart. The miracle is already here. And as you do, remember this, I am with you. Nothing will go wrong. You are safe under my wings. The world may shake, but you will stand. Others may fall, but I will lift you. I am your God, and I will not fail you. My beloved child, listen carefully, for the heavens are speaking, and this moment is wrapped in divine urgency. God says this message is being poured directly into your spirit, not by chance, but by sacred appointment. Important alert, Your heart has been trembling in silence, your soul has been waiting for a sign, and now it is here. Archangel Michael stands near you, and his voice is commanding yet tender. A good news is approaching you, and only a short breath of time remains. 5 minutes. Heaven counts them as the last droplets of waiting before an opening so great that if you neglect it, your heart will ache in regret, and tears will be shed not because God abandoned you, but because you let the moment slip from your hands. God says, do not fear, do not tremble at the unknown, for you are wrapped in divine protection. You are safe. Every shadow that threatened to consume you has already been chased away by the light of angels. The path before you may look uncertain, but God says it is already written that you will not stumble. Trust Him, trust His hand, trust His guidance. Even when you feel alone, the heavens are surrounding you, watching every step, every breath, and every cry. Archangel Michael says, my child, you must open this message with your heart, not just your eyes. Do not scroll past it, do not dismiss it, for within it lies the power to shift your destiny. He is crying for your attention, because He knows how many times you have doubted yourself, how many times you have ignored the inner whisper of God, and how many blessings were delayed because you hesitated. But today, there is no more room for hesitation. Today is a divine emergency, not of danger, but of urgency for your breakthrough. The heavens say that your name has been spoken. In the throne room of God, your name was called out loud, surrounded by angels who lifted it like a prayer. God says He has seen your struggles, your silent tears, your restless nights, and He has not been deaf to your prayers. You thought your petitions were ignored, but in truth, they were gathered, stored, and multiplied until the appointed time arrived. That appointed time is now. In 5 minutes, the invisible door that was locked for so long begins to move, creaking open under the weight of divine intervention. God says, you will not be harmed. You will not be destroyed. You will not be abandoned. Those who rose against you in secret will soon be exposed in the light. The word spoken against you will fall to the ground without power. The traps that were set for you will collapse under their own weight. The fire that was meant to consume you will purify you instead, leaving you stronger, brighter, and untouchable. Archangel Michael warns you that if you turn away, if you dismiss this sacred urgency, you will cry later with a sorrow that cannot be described, because you will realize how close you were to the miracle and how quickly it slipped away. Do not let it slip, child. Grasp it. Hold it. Believe it. Act on it. For this is not an ordinary message, this is heaven leaning down to whisper in your ear that you are chosen, that you are marked, that you are loved beyond measure. God says you are safe. You must remember this truth when fear whispers lies to you. You must remember this truth when people doubt you. You must remember this truth when your own mind fights you with disbelief. You are safe because His hand is upon you. You are safe because His angels have been dispatched around you. You are safe because the blood of protection covers you like a shield no enemy can pierce. Now listen carefully. Good news is not just coming, it is racing toward you. The heavens are in motion. Archangel Michael is clearing the path of every hindrance. God Himself is preparing the blessing, tailoring it to your exact needs, shaping it so that it fits perfectly into the emptiness you have carried. You will not be left disappointed. You will not be left ashamed. You will see, with your own eyes, the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. You may wonder, why me? Why now? And God answers, because the time has ripened. The fruit of your patience, your endurance, and your faith is ready to be harvested. Do not despise the waiting, for it has carved depth into your spirit, it has matured your strength, and it has positioned you for greater blessings than you imagined. If you had received it earlier, you would not have been ready. But now, you are ready. You may not feel it, but heaven declares it, you are ready. Archangel Michael says, 5 minutes remain. This is not a literal clock of man, but a spiritual countdown. It means the hour is short, the moment is fragile, and the window is opening only briefly. You must act in faith, not delay. You must open your spirit to receive, not argue with your doubts. You must pray, lifting your heart in surrender, and declare, Lord, I receive. Lord, I believe. Lord, I trust you fully. God says your tears are precious. Every drop you cried in silence was collected, not wasted. They watered the soil of your destiny. They softened the ground so the seeds of miracles could grow. And now, those seeds are sprouting. You will see unexpected answers, sudden opportunities, and divine surprises that make you fall to your knees in awe. You will ask, how could this happen so quickly? And God will say, because my timing is perfect, and I chose this hour for you. Archangel Michael is standing guard over your house, your family, your health, your finances, and your relationships. He says no weapon formed against you shall prosper. He says the chains that bound you are breaking. He says the lies spoken against you are silenced. He says your enemies will stumble before you, not because you fought them with your own strength, but because heaven defended you with divine power. God says you are safe. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. Even when storms rage around you, even when chaos tries to rise, you will stand in peace. This is the miracle, peace in the middle of turmoil, joy